So, ladies and gents, first reactions of The Flash from CinemaCon. Now, they actually showed the whole film at CinemaCon, so this is reactions for the whole film, essentially. And people are praising it as among the best superhero films ever. Which, coincidentally, is exactly what James Gunn said. So, I'm not overly sure how much I believe of that. You know, we do get mouthpieces of studios that like to sort of chime in on some of this stuff. But nonetheless, we'll dive into this today, ladies and gents. It's interesting. It's a movie which I have been following quite a lot of. Moving the mic. Also, just as an aside, ladies and gents, the trailer dropped yesterday. We covered it on my podcast, which you'll find linked down below in the description box, the channel anyway. It was fine. You know, Warner Brothers likes to copyright claim trailers, so I didn't really want to cover it here on the main channel. Because, you know, it's just a bit of a ball ache, really, dealing with that. But it was a fine trailer. Some wonky CGI here and there. Very much tonally what you want from this. And it looked good. This is the thing. Like, it's a good trailer. But it'll be interesting to see whether they can pull it off. And it all comes together as a film. But these are the first reactions. So let's take a look. They literally debuted the whole film. So, The Flash sped into CinemaCon with Warner Brothers screening the DC film for theatre owners nearly 2 months ahead of its June 16th release. Now, it's not just theatre owners. You know, people can appear at this convention. You know, journalists and things. So, The Flash has been the talk of the convention, and earlier in the day, Warner's made the film the closer of its presentation, with Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav saying of the feature, "It's the best superhero movie I've ever seen." And the executive has apparently watched it 3 times. Cool, I guess. I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, who cares? Whether he's watched it 3 times or not, it doesn't matter. The general audience will be the arbiters of whether this is good or not. And I think, you know, the problem with this film is it's fighting against the fact that James Gunn and Warner Brothers have binned that universe off. You know, much like Shazam, people were just like, well, why should I watch this? I think I do think The Flash will suffer a little bit from that as well. But maybe this will reignite the comic book superhero movie genre, because it's been on a bit of a decline recently. But anyway, look, Peter Safran, co-head of DC Studios, praised star Ezra Miller ahead of the screening, as did director Andy Muschietti, who said, "I discovered they're an incredible comedian and also handled all the action required for a big spectacle like this. They wanted to do all the stunts, and I let them." Fine. Now, to be completely to remove my bias from this situation, everything I have heard of this film has been incredibly positive. So I know sources that have seen this film. They said it was absolutely brilliant. And the reason why it is actually so good is because of Ezra Miller. So as much as I think he's a dipshit, and I genuinely do, and I'm happy to say that, I think he's an absolute reprobate scum, everything I've heard is incredibly positive about this film. And if I watch this and it's good, I will let you know. And then you know, well, you know that it's bloody good, to be fair. So anyway, continued down. Miller stars in dual roles as different versions of Barry Allen, with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck playing different versions of Batman. Sasha Calle stars as Supergirl. They really shouldn't have made her look like a boy. It's really weird. While Michael Shannon is General Zod. But this is some of the comments that we've had sort of coming through. So Eric Davis says DC's The Flash is tremendous. Forget DC. It is without a doubt among the best superhero films ever made. An all-timer. Inventive storytelling. Fantastic action sequences. Great cast. So many nerdy details. I'm in tears at the end. Everything you want from a superhero film and more. I mean, cry me a fucking river, mate. A bit bizarre, but alright. Scott Menzel says The Flash is hands down one of the best superhero films of all time. No joke. The Flash is the ultimate movie-going experience, as it has a little bit of everything. Action, emotion, heart, humour, and plenty of nostalgia. Ezra Miller is phenomenal as dual Barry Allen's. Okay. To say it's the ultimate movie-going experience, I'd say that's a stretch, but, you know, I'm prepared to believe it. Jordan Hoffman says, The Flash, far more madcap than I expected. Really nailed what reading a 5-issue crossover comic book is like. Tons of Ezra Miller being zany that's the worst stuff, actually. I think that's some of the worst stuff to do with Ezra Miller and Barry Allen, but never mind. And time paradox stuff. Nerds will lose their minds at the ending and beginning and middle. Comics. That just sounds like someone shaking comics going, here, nerds, you like this shit, watch this movie. I don't know. Anyway, Rob Keys says, just watch The Flash at CinemaCon. It has some stuff in it you will not believe, and it showcases much more of Barry Allen's powers. It is indeed one of DC's best, and fits nicely as a bridge story between the old and new DCEU franchises. It's also the funniest DC movie. I don't find Ezra Miller funny, but alright. That's interesting. It's the first kind of commentary on it being a bridge between the old and new stuff, which I guess seemingly confirms what we thought, was that Ezra Miller's basically safe and he's happy just to continue. Unless he dies at the end, but, you know, I doubt they're going to do that, because he's one of them. Jermaine Lucier says, yup, The Flash is as good as rumoured. It's Back to the Future meets Spider-Man No Way Home, with all the humour and heart of the former, and action and surprises of the latter. If anything, it might be a tad too ambitious, but it's also just incredibly satisfying, heartwarming, and fun. Which is, that mirrors what I heard about it, actually. So again, I'm not going to lie, that's what I heard about it. I don't know what to say other than The Flash delivered more than I could have hoped. The acting is beyond great. Keaton delivers everything you want. Supergirl is my new favourite superhero. I'm genuinely shocked this movie meets and surpasses the hype. I never expected that. Stephen Weintraub, notorious shill, says, The Flash is fantastic. I know Ezra Miller has made a lot of mistakes, but they are so good in this movie. Loved Keaton. The action, humour, and emotion. Andy Muschietti has crafted something special. Thumbs way up. Warner Brothers didn't show the after credits scene. Oh, that's interesting. They're probably still finishing it up. Matt Ramos, who just bums any, well, licks the bumhole of any bloody comic book stuff anyway, says, this is truly one of the best superhero movies ever. Believe the hype. Oh my god. Oh, god. Whatever. Brandon Davis says, damn, The Flash is good. It's super inventive, both visually and in concept. The dynamic of two Barry Allens is crazy well done. Emotions hit me insanely hard, solid surprises, and it got me wanting to watch again. And really eager to see how they follow it. Well done. Look, I want it to be good. I don't want to sit there and watch a shit film. The Flash is awesome. One of the very best DC movies. A perfect blend of action, heart, and humour. A lot of people repeating the same bloody stuff here. So many wow and chill-inducing moments that longtime DC fans will love. Ezra Miller is superb. Twice, actually, and Michael Keaton still got it. I didn't like in the trailer where he says, do you want to get nuts? We'll get nuts. I didn't like that. I just thought that was a weird, meme nod for meme nod's sake. Taylor Gonzalez says, The Flash was incredible, full of heroes, heart, humour. There you go, heart and humour again. And hope. I cried several times. Wow, I can't even believe some of what I saw on the big screen. Y'all are in for a treat. The thing that annoys me about this is that's pretty blatant, that there's literally heart and humour. I mean, it's in basically every single tweet about this film. I understand there's parallel thought, but goodness me. There's clearly something in there that... Anyway. The Flash is massively entertaining, extraordinarily funny, but still has solid emotional stakes. It's one of the better multiverse movies out there. Tons of fun surprises. A generally superb superhero movie. One of the best in a long time. Very, very satisfying. Yeah, The Flash is legit great. It delivers some notably thrilling, fun, and creative moments I felt I hadn't seen in a million other superhero movies. It had me smiling from the Warner Brothers logo at the top, and I even dug stuff inspired by movies I wasn't into. Interesting. Caught an unfinished cut of The Flash and dug it quite a bit, especially how the narrative challenges Barry to confront who he is. Some subtle irony there, but never mind. Who he could have become, and how one's influenced by the people in or not in their life. It's a successful mix of heartfelt, coming of age, nostalgic, hilarious, tons of heart, and two outstanding performances. I honestly can't believe The Flash actually exists. It's magical. They are repeating the same stuff. Anyway, it just keeps going. Lots of people love it, so whatever. There's nothing negative, by the way, guys. It is overwhelmingly positive. There's nothing negative in this at all. All positive, positive, positive. So let me know what you think down below. I think, to me, the skeptic in me goes, they're all using the same language. Bit weird. But I remain confident. I don't want to watch a long, shitty, bad film. So I hope it's good. But let me know what you think down below. Cheers, guys. Take care.